sitting here thinking like, this world is so full of hate. It's just full of hate. Like, man, if we could put a percentage on how much negativity is in the world and baselessness, I think it'd probably be like, I don't know. I would say more than 80%. More than 80% of people have more of a negative mindset than a positive mindset about life or an outlook on life. That's just my personal opinion. That's why I say if we could put a percentage on it, then I think it'll probably be somewhere around there. Just because like, and I feel like there's things put in place to, you know, help the negativity, like certain platforms, um, certain parties. I mean, I've when it comes to politics, it's definitely, you know, the right wing, left wing, all that stuff. You know, that's just all that is just a divide. You know, like quite literally, that's what it is. Like if you're talking about, oh, I'm on the left side, I'm on the right side. Me, I'm on no side. I'm in the middle. I'm for the people, we the people. That's what I believe in. But it seems like a lot of people are mixing. I would say more than a lot of people. They're mixing politics with racism, and like it's kind of it's strange to me to think like there's so many people that are just thinking of politics as race things instead of actually thinking of politics as just like politics. Like why don't we think about the facts, like the factual evidence? I think a lot more people would actually be like happy. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot more people would be happier, understanding to facts, right? If we can put everything on a board, right? Hey, what's going on, Bob? What's going on? How you doing? If we can put everything on a board and say, let's take race out of it. Let's just say that. Let's take race out of it. I'm not prejudiced against you. You're not prejudiced against me, right? Let's just take that out of it and let's put facts on the board. I'm glad to hear that. I appreciate it. So, if we could do that, I feel like obviously like we're not going to be able to like get every single last human being on earth to understand, and that's okay because you know you need a balance. Hey, what's up T? You need a balance, right? And you guys feel free to chime in, on your thoughts or anything like that. It's just an open discussion, that's all that is. And if you guys like having these conversations, hey, I'll be here. I'll try to do it a lot more often. Bob the Builder. What's up? What's up, Bob? So, so basically, I would say, man, I know everybody's not gonna be able to get it, right? Everybody's not gonna understand. Your father passed away? I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. Keep your head up, man. Keep your head up, and just stay focused, man. Try to stay focused. You know, take the proper time to grieve, but just don't let it take too long, right? And don't let it consume you, because I mean, my father is still here, but that I could only imagine, or I couldn't even imagine. I'll say that I couldn't imagine either parent, you know, passing. So I mean, I know the world's on your shoulders right now, and it's a lot of weight, and I'm just here to just try to give you some positive energy. Just don't let that consume you. I don't really know. I've never been through it, right? So I can't really tell you how to navigate. So all I can say is just don't let it consume you. That's it. But so back to the topic. So we can try to work on, us being able to unify and use each other, to lean on just a little bit better. That to me is more important than anything. I don't care about politics. I don't care about race, right? Like I don't care. And my people, black people, they have been oppressed. But I'm also intelligent enough to realize it's not just black people. It's not just one race that is getting, it's not just one race that is getting judged. It's not just one person. It's not just one side or this side. What it is people are taking people are taking politics and they're taking their own personal feelings and projecting on everybody else. That's basically what's happening, right? And it's like when everybody claims that they're so for unity, right? Oh, we need to unify, we need to come together and do this and do that, right? We can never agree on anything. We can never make a decision on anything. We can never do this and that. Well, I mean, of course. How would you be able to make any decision, any actual valuable decision in your life whenever you can't look past the color of somebody's skin? You can't look past your own demons to realize this person, guess what? I'm gonna tell y'all something. And if you ain't know, if you never knew, I'm gonna tell you something right now. None of us on earth, not one single human being is gonna make it out alive. Not one. And just like this situation, just like the situation that just was on here with BLVRKT, it just shows you life is short. Life is too short. You can't. You can't. Life is too short to worry about what color somebody's skin is. People are dying. People are leaving this earth at a exponential rate. Like it's crazy just the amount. Like, man, that should make you want to be a little bit more understanding. Also, but I feel like that's gonna make you be more understanding once you realize, man, you lost somebody and politics has nothing to do with it, right? Race has nothing to do with it, right? People are dying. When somebody dies, what does race have to do with that? Huh? Nothing. Nothing. It has nothing to do with it. So people need to learn how to look past it. Like, yes, I understand like slavery was a thing. I get that, and there is systemic racism in the world, right? That's understandable. That's very understandable. But when there's more people that are just regular American people than that are in the government. You understand what I'm saying? There's more of us than there is of them. So we the people, what is we the people? In the Constitution it says we the people. What is we the people? Right? It's us. It's the people that keep the government going, the people that are working the jobs. Look, because if there's no money, right? If there's no money coming in because off the back of American people, right? What purpose does the government have to keep running? There's no money. There's nobody. If everybody says, "Hey, today, you know what? I'm done working. Maybe fall." The government is gonna fall apart because they need people to work. That's just what it is. They need people to work. So I'm not saying that, you know, uh, stop working. I'm not saying. Well, sorry to hear that as well. It's unfortunate. And yeah, so I mean, but the thing is, I feel like the most important thing, guys, that we have to understand is, man, you guys saying this right now in the comments, past in your lives, you saying this in the comments right now is telling me that you guys should cherish that. You understand what I'm saying? You guys should cherish the people that are around you in life now and start to try to cherish people that are around, right? You know? Like, that's what we need to start doing. People need to start coming together more so. Like, that's the thing. People need to start coming together more. Because in reality, like I said before, life is short. Life is life. So at the end of the day, the point of life is to be lived. I don't think anywhere in any book in anybody's whole entire idea or their brain was when God created earth. I believe in God. I'm not forcing my religion on anybody, but I believe in God. And I believe when he created this earth, this planet, that he didn't have intentions for just everybody to just be negative, fall negative, everybody to hate each other. that's not that's not the way of life. That's not what life is about. Why? Do you know how much energy it takes to go through life mad all day, spewing hate all day long? Do you know how much energy that takes from you? And the wind's blowing, so I'm sorry if you guys can't hear me that well. But do you know how much energy it takes just to do that? Like, it's ridiculous. It's truthfully ridiculous, man. Like, there's so much negativity, and like, you know what I'm saying? Who cares? Who cares? Who really cares about being negative? Who cares who's right? Who cares who's wrong? Like, who cares about that stuff? Who cares? We need to care about facts, the factual evidence. That's all. That's it. Like, I wish the government was blind, pretty much. I wish people was blind. I'm not gonna say like literally, but I wish when it comes to race, like, I wish they was blind. I wish whenever it comes to debates and stuff, people were blind, because then all we have is the truth, right? All we have is the truth to go off of. I wish there was like a that any political figure makes, the statement goes into a box and it's literally like, okay, just basically like how ChatGPT is. Is this true? Is this not? Like, it's that simple. Is this true? Is it not? If it's not, okay, let's throw it out. Let's trash it. If it's true, let's conversate about it, right? You guys you should be able to have your own opinion, right? There's nothing wrong with having an opinion. Nothing wrong with having an opinion whatsoever. But people should be able to do that. But we should only be able to have an opinion based on factual evidence. That's it. That's it. We don't need to. There's too much. God is real, but there's too much focused on. Oh, even religion. No, like we could say this. Even religion. People use religion to fuel their racism. Is that right? When has that become right? When has that ever been right? Using religion to fuel racism. It's never been right. But people that claim, so if you claim that you're a Christian, in my opinion, if you claim you're a Christian and then you go online and you spew hate about a race, right? About another race, if you spew hate about another race and you claim that you're a Christian, how does that work? Do you think you're gonna make it into the gates of heaven spewing hate on somebody else, on another race? Because you're fortunate enough to make it to heaven. If any of us are fortunate enough to make it up there, I don't think heaven is white people only, black people only, Indians only. It's not. It's diverse. It's everybody in there. That's why when you read a Bible, there's every single race in the Bible. So there's people that choose to look at that, look at the facts, and just ignore it. Simple and plain. They ignore it just because, because they want to, because simply that's not what they want in their reality. It's not what people want in their reality. And that's the problem. People are so delusional and people are so out of touch with actual reality. They're only living in their reality. And their reality might just be full of hatred and racism. But that's not everybody. And so it causes people that aren't plagued with that mindset. Basically, it causes people to be indifferent, right? We don't know, right? Like, if I'm going and I'm having a conversation with somebody about racism, or if I just go online and I see it, right? I can see it. This is why these platforms is really hurting us, right? And in the political figures that are controlling these platforms are really hurting everybody because they're allowing it to happen, right? For instance, I'll just give an example, like Netflix, right? They're saying Netflix just came out with a show. Thank you. God is real, for sure. God is real, 100%, 1,000%, 1,000% God is real. But I want you to understand this. Listen and listen when I say this. You have governments really saying, or the people that are controlling these big platforms. Elon Musk, for instance, right? I just seen him take a post and 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 basically say cancel Netflix, right? We need to cancel Netflix basically because of there was a show with the transgender kids on there or whatever, right? And it's like I understand that. Like I understand where you're coming from as far as like, oh, you want to cancel this and that and cancel culture, blah, 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 whatever, right? You know, it's all so much cancel culture instead of actually like, let's try to understand, right? How many shows are on Netflix, right? Where there's gay people on there? How many shows on Netflix where there are transgender people on there? How many people on there? Okay, everybody was a child at one point, is what I'm saying. Everybody was a kid. Now, I won't say it's right to put it on there, but I won't say it's right also to take it off because of the fact that people are humans. People are human beings. And what I seen from one of the shows was basically telling the kid to be themselves. Even though that the kid did have two gay parents, the message was be yourself, right? That's the message behind the thing that I heard, that I cared about. It's the only thing I cared about is when they told the kid to be themselves. I didn't care about who the message came from. I cared about the message because the message was real. The message was something that is valuable. Okay, be yourself. I get that. But then on the same breath, we can have the richest man on the planet, Elon Musk, with all his influence and persuasion to tell people, hey, this is the owner of X, formerly known as Twitter, right? Where people can get on there and they can say whatever they want. They can spew whatever type of hate that they want without any sort of backlash whatsoever. You can get on Twitter and see the worst thing in the world on there. Anything on there. You can go, if you want to go see somebody get killed on Twitter, you're going to see it. If you want to go see sex on Twitter, you're going to see it. You want to go see pedophilia, you want to see you want to see racism just blatant out there, you're going to see it on Twitter. And this is the same person that owns this that's saying, cancel Netflix. What about Twitter? What about X? What about, you know, why is all this racism allowed to just flow so freely on this platform that you own? Is what I want to know. If I was in those rooms and I could ask questions, why is that platform played with hate and you own it? But you want to cancel Netflix that's telling a kid, be yourself because they're gay. Wow. You know, I think it's a deeper issue than a kid having two gay parents, a transgender show. I think it's a deeper issue. We can conversate about that. We can talk about that. Yes, we can. But we also need to talk about everything. I hate it when people, they dilute what the problems are. People say, oh, this is a problem, but this over here ain't a problem. This is a problem, but this isn't. No, let's take a step back, right? Look in the mirror. All of this stuff is problems. They're all problems. So when we can understand that, we can work on the problems. But if we don't understand the problems, there's no way that we could ever come together. There's no way we could ever sit and ever actually have any real valuable conversation that could change anybody's mind. And that's true. You're free to think whatever you want. You're free to feel however you want. and that's perfectly fine. But there will be no change. There will be no change until we sit back and start actually looking at what's real and what's fake, okay? The only way that we're actually going to be able to determine, like, okay, this is what we need to do. This is the next step. This is the next level where we need to go, right? And would you guys agree with that? Would you agree with that? We have to think bigger. We got to think bigger. We can't just think, oh, on such a small playing field, like, oh, politics, this, that, the third. Like, politics are not meant to help any of us out. If you think about it, it doesn't matter what race. Go look into it. It doesn't matter. It's not. They're not meant to help we the people. We the people that's in the Constitution is not meant to help us. It's meant to control us, and we're perfectly fine being controlled. We're fine being controlled because that's just what we know. That's what they tell us life is. We're fine being controlled. We're fine being whatever they think we are, whatever they want us to be, because nobody wants to actually ask questions. Nobody wants to be like, hey, you know what? Let me go look up. You know what? Let's just say this, for instance, right? Charlie Kirk, right? Let's speak on Charlie Kirk for a second, right? Now me, I don't care if the man was racist. I don't care if he wasn't racist. I don't care about, whatever it is that he's trying to do. I didn't care about, him being a white man. I didn't care about any of that stuff. What I cared about is, to me personally, whenever I seen him debating with somebody, right? Because, he always just wants to have a conversation. And that was his whole MO. Let's have a conversation. Okay, cool. So let's have a conversation. I'm not mad at that, right? So when I seen him debating with a young black man about the death of George Floyd, right? Now let's say this, bro. I want you guys to understand something when we're talking about this, right? Charlie Kirk, the death of George Floyd, and we're talking fact, just like it is, and what it really is, right? And where somebody can get you to believe is a whole different conversation. Where somebody can persuade you to believe based on the evidence that you won't go and actually look up for yourself, right? Because a lot of people won't go and look it up for themselves, right? Now this is what I want to say. So I didn't care that he was white. I didn't care that he wanted to have a conversation. I didn't care about nothing. Andy, I like all that. I support all of that stuff. I support that, right? What I don't support is when he's having a conversation, a debate with a young black man, and he's talking about George Floyd, and he says the reason why George Floyd died, right? This man died is because of an overdose, right? A fentanyl drug overdose, right? Now, I want you guys that's watching this, or anybody that watches this, right, that has anything to say about, oh, Charlie Kirk was just trying to do this and do that, and he was, spitting factual evidence about this and the third. I'm not saying he wasn't spitting factual evidence about certain things, but he did not speak factual evidence about everything. And there's proof. And I want you to believe it, because you can go and look it up for yourself. You don't have to listen to what I'm saying. You don't got to listen to what I'm telling you. Go look it up, right? So go look up. Charlie Kirk said George Floyd died from fentanyl overdose. And you know how he has that prove me wrong? That's his motto. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I want you guys to prove me wrong right now, right? Now, he says George Floyd died from fentanyl overdose. If you go and look up on Google, go Google this. I'm not telling you what I think you should believe. I don't care what you believe. This is what's the facts. I don't care what you believe. Go Google this, right? George Floyd cause of death. All I want you to type in. That's all I want you to do is type in George Floyd's cause of death. Now, this man sit up here and debated with this student about a thing that was wrong. That's what I had a problem with. I didn't have a problem that he wanted to have a conversation with people. I didn't have no problem with that. I don't have any issues with that. That you want to have a conversation, that you want to get it straightened out. You want to get stuff straightened out. I have no issues with that. What I got the issue with is the fact that, no, this man died from a drug overdose when every single medical examiner in that Hippen County, whatever it is, every single medical examiner said that his cause of death was asphyxiation. Okay? So argue with that. Argue with that. I don't care if he was a black man. I don't care if he was a black man. A man died from a police officer putting his knee on his neck for too long, and he died from asphyxiation. It's not what Charlie Kirk said, that he died from fentanyl overdose. It's actually been ruled out that he did not die from a fentanyl overdose. So feel however you want, but the reality of it is, that's the reality. And that's the type of information that we can get by ourselves, right? We don't need a political figure that doesn't care about anybody, right, to tell us, oh, for monetary gain anyways, you know what I'm saying? His family's straight. He don't got to worry about that, right? Or